Saving for a major purchase can be daunting, but today I'm going to share with you how to wisely save for any purchase. First, we're going to be using the financial principle of a sinking fund. What is a sinking fund? It's like an envelope. What you do is you write what is the item you want, how much is it going to cost you, and then how much you plan to put into that envelope every single month so that when you have it all filled up, then you can buy that new item that you've been wanting. Now, before you go and you make a sinking fund for that new personal item that you want, whether it's an iPhone, a computer, or anything, I want you to first make sure that you're financially ready to do so. So that means first, you need to look at how much you're making every month and how much you spend. Make sure you have some left over because that's the amount of money that you could put into your bank, into your savings, but also into your sinking fund. You need to have something left over. So make sure to be budgeting. Then we also want to make sure that you have an emergency fund, something like $1,000 or up to like 3 to 6 months of your income saved up so that if you were to lose your job, break your arm, or to get into a car accident or like have a major car repair bill, you can cover those without having to drain your sinking fund every time something happens. That's just like in the movie Up, where they tried to save for this great trip, but then they failed to do so because every time their savings got up to that point, something happened, and then they had to spend all their savings. So don't be like Up and save for those precious moments or those precious products that you're wanting. Now, you also want to pay off any really bad debt. If you have any credit card debt or anything above a 6% interest rate for that debt, you need to pay that off immediately before you go and get personal items or make sinking funds for these other areas. Now, speaking of sinking funds, you actually do need to start making sinking funds right now. If you have any bills that are annual or biannual bills, like every 6 months, you need to actually have sinking funds for that. Because the worst thing to do is to go out and buy a really nice item, but then realize that your annual bill for Netflix, Amazon, Disney Plus, or maybe your car insurance, your renter's insurance, comes due, and then you have to pay that bill. If you aren't thinking about it, you need to be covering it in a sinking fund. So every month, and I know I'm putting $10 into my Amazon sinking fund every month, because if I don't, then at the end of the year, I'm stuck paying a $100 or $120 bill, and I might not have had that in mind if I didn't have a sinking fund. So do that for any expenses that you know are coming down the road. Now, you don't have to follow all of these steps, but I'd encourage you to do so because it helps you to be ready for the inevitable, for the future. Now, with all that out of the way, I want you guys to list in the comments down below, what is that sinking fund that you're wanting to make? What is the item you want? How much is it going to cost? And how long do you think it's going to take for you to get that item? Now, remember, there are some times of the year that are better to buy certain items. You could look at Black Friday or Prime Day or different days that you can get a really good deal on some products, but make sure that you have the time to save up the amount you need to buy the purchase wisely, to buy the item without cutting corners. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.